Coach, you can go ahead.
Well, I think they named some of these games in this series the Iron Bowl because there have been some great games, some great comebacks, and I can't tell you how proud I am of the way our players, kept competing in the game over and over and over. We came up with plays when we needed to come up with plays. I know we struggled offensively in the first half. A lot of pressure on the quarterback, played man-to-man. Made some good adjustments at halftime, did a much better job in the second half of moving the ball, and always didn't, pan out for us. But, man, you cannot ever imagine players competing in a game any better than what they competed in this game. I'm talking about the defense getting stops when they needed to, the offense going on a, whatever that was, 90-some yard drive to tie the game. Players playing and making plays that hadn't played that much this year, that were young players, but after halftime it just seemed like everybody was all in, and we were fighting like I've never seen us fight, all year long, and it's a great feeling. Players were as happy as I've ever seen them after the game. I got to give Auburn a lot of credit. Their players, really played well in the game. They played hard. Their defense really played an outstanding game, but our receivers and Bryce made some plays when we needed to down the stretch, and that was the difference in the game. But wow, what a game.
Okay, with that, we'll go with Aaron Suttles.
Nick, you've had a lot of weird games not go your way in this stadium. The pick six, the kick six, missed field goals. What's it like emotionally being on the other end of it for once?
Well, I just had a feeling that, the way we were playing on defense, that we were going to have some opportunities and be able to come back in the game. Now, I thought that was not a good feeling when we botched the first field goal snap and didn't come out with any points, on that drive, because that would have made 10-3. But feels really good. More than anything else, sometimes should you equate what you accomplish in this profession from how many games you win, or how many winners you help to develop so that they have a chance to be not only winners on the field but winners in life. And the way these guys sort of overcame adversity in this game and showed great resiliency, and the way they performed, and I said that to them in the locker room after the game. This is something you should always remember, that when you put your best foot forward and you fight, and you really believe in something and you do it together as a group, what you can accomplish. So that may happen to you sometime in your life too. So, but anyway, I can't tell you that it feels good. Feels really good to come back and get a win.
We'll go to Michael Casagrande.
What were the adjustments you guys made in the second half offensively? What was going wrong so much in the first half, and what did you guys change in the second?
Well, they were really playing well. They were being very aggressive. We couldn't run the ball very well. Couldn't block them up front. Was getting beaten pass protection. Started trying to get the ball a little quicker, using RPOs. That loosened them up a little bit and helped our running game a little bit in the second half. But the big thing was that we tried to get the ball out of our hand quickly. And Bryce did a pretty good job of that. And I tell you what, guys made some clutch plays, man. There were some big-time catches out there on fourth down. Scoring the touchdown, number 7, was a great catch. Good throw by Bryce. Mechie was a good move on the in and out, on the 2-point to win the game. Kool-Aid made a big play to stop their 2-point. So, there's a lot of things that we had to fix, but the one thing that I think that you can say, whether it's technical or not technical, is the fact that the players really played hard and competed and really wanted to win the game and made some outstanding effort to do it.
Okay, we'll go to Pete Thamel next. Pete, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Nick, you seem, particularly emotional about this win. You kind of gushed on the field in the post game. Considering the stakes, the event, and the rivalry, is this a win you'll really cherish for the rest of your career?
I think so. Most of the time I remember the ones we lose, but I think I'll remember this one because of the way the players competed in the game, and it was a great comeback. There were many times when those guys we could have just kind of thrown in the towel and say, they got the ball in great field position. If they score one more time, this game's probably over, and we'd always get a sack or get a stop. So it's the feeling of being on a team, the feeling of the togetherness of everybody making a commitment to support each other, be positive, trust and believe in each other enough to go out there and make the kind of plays that they made, especially to end a game that makes it a special win. And you don't experience that a lot. So when you do, and we certainly did tonight, you always remember it.
Go to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach, you made a couple changes in the offensive line in the second half. Just with Seth and Chris coming in, how do you think they played, and what went into that?
Well, we were struggling in pass protection at right tackle, so we thought Chris would do a little better job, a little more experienced. He did do a good job. Chris couldn't play center and, right tackle at the same time. I thought Seth did a really good job. Darian is just fighting this ankle injury, and I think it was hampering him a little bit in the first half and bothering him a little bit. So I told him, I said, look, man, I know you want to play, but you got to be honest. If you can't do your job well, nobody questions how tough you are. And we finally replaced him, and I think that Seth did a good job.
Go to David Uben.
Yeah, Nick, other than kind of trying to get the ball out of Bryce's hand a little bit faster, what are some other adjustments you guys made in the second half on offense that gave you guys some success moving the ball?
Well, amazingly enough, I just think we executed what we did a little bit better. I told the offense at halftime, I said, these guys are dictating the game to us. We need to dictate the game to them. By being aggressive, and if we have to throw RPOs, we have to throw RPOs. If we get a good box to run it, we'll hand it off and run it. So I think that we didn't do a lot different. We just did what we did better. You got to give the players a lot of credit for their ability to overcome the adversity and be able to execute the way they did in the second half.
We'll go to Nick Kelly.
What was the message when you guys had to drive almost 100 yards in that last drive in regulation? What's the message to the team?
That's pretty simple. You work all year long to put yourself in this position. Now you have an opportunity. This is the drive. You're not going to get a lot more opportunities than this. So we got to go out here and execute, and this is going to be our chance, and you got to make the most of it. And it's what you work for all year. How many 2 minutes have we had, all year long, and how many opportunities have we needed to go 2 minute and go the length of the field. So guys did a really good job. Excellent, actually.
Okay, last question to Jeff Spiegel. Jeff, go ahead and unmute.
And then considering everything that Bryce went through throughout this game, how proud are you of the way through down the stretch?
Well, it wasn't Bryce's fault that he was struggling in the first half. We weren't giving him much of a chance. But I think he's got a lot of mental toughness. He's got a lot of grit about him. He's kind of quiet in his demeanor and the way he goes about things, but he's always, kept telling the offense, we're going to get this right. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. And I think the players really believe in him. And then when we started making a couple plays and moving the ball, I think we got a little confidence. And I think that helped not only him, but the players around him play better, which enabled him to make a lot of plays that we needed him to make, which he was pretty outstanding in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.